Hello and welcome to English Honeydew, Unit 4, Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory, Part 1. This interesting story has been written by Satyajit Ray, a very well-known and famous personality. Let's know more about him. Satyajit Ray was born on 2nd May 1921 in Calcutta and died on 23rd April 1992. He was one of the well-known film director and writer of his time. Now let's see the introduction of this chapter. Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory is a humorous story. Humorous means very funny. Comedy story in which the main character, who is the main character? Bipin Chaudhary, is made to believe himself sick. He thinks that he has a lapse of memory. He has forgotten something. In truth, there is nothing wrong with him. It is a story with a surprise ending. We all love surprises. So, we have to read till the end to find out what the suspense, what the surprise is about. The story is about friendship, revenge, etc. So let's begin with the chapter. Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory. Before you read, do you have a good memory, children? Some say yes, some will say sometimes yes, sometimes no. Has your memory ever played any tricks on you? Forgetfulness often puts you in a tight spot situation. But forgetting a part of your life completely may drive you crazy. Crazy means make you mad. In this story, Bipin Babu goes nearly crazy because he cannot recollect his stay at Ranchi. He has never been to Ranchi, he insists. He strongly says that he has never been there. Though there are many witnesses. Witnesses means there are many people, those who have seen him in Ranchi. To the contrary. Contrary means just the opposite. What is the suspense all about? Now, before we read further, I want to tell you about this place, Ranchi. Ranchi is the capital city of the Indian state of Jharkhand. It was the capital of Bihar until Jharkhand was separated in the year 2000. It is popularly known as a city of waterfalls. Every Monday on his way back from work, Bipin Chaudhary would drop in at Kali Charan's in New Market to buy books. So that was the usual thing, that after finishing his office work, he used to drop in. Why? To buy books. Crime stories, ghost stories and thrillers were his interest. He had to buy at least 5 at a time to last him through the week. So that was his favorite pastime. He used to buy 5 at a time to pass the whole week. He lived alone, no wonder. Books were his best friends. He was not a good mixer. He was not a social person, had few friends and didn't like spending time in idle chat. Idle chat means unnecessary conversation, means gossiping. He doesn't like all that. Today at Kali Charan's shop, Bipin Babu had the feeling that someone was observing him from close quarters. Close quarters means very closely someone was observing. Children, even when someone is observing us, we can make out that someone is looking at us, someone is staring, someone is thinking about us. So same thing happened with him. He turned round and found himself looking at a round face. That's the description of the person. A round-faced, meek-looking man. Meek means very quiet, humble-looking man who now broke into a smile. He was smiling at him as if he recognized Bipin Babu. I don't suppose you recognize me. So the stranger is telling, I don't think so you have recognized me. So Bipin Bapu is asking, have we met before? The man looked greatly surprised. We met every day for a whole week. I arranged for a car to take you to the Hudru Falls. Hudru Falls is a waterfall located in Ranchi district, Jharkhand. It is the 34th highest waterfall in India. Children, take page number 61. In 1958, the stranger is so precise about the description of his meeting. He is telling that we have met in the year 1958 in Ranchi. And my name is Parimal Ghosh. Ranchi? Bipin Bapu is asking. Now Bipin Bapu realized that it was not he, but the man who was making a mistake. Because Bipin Bapu was very sure that he has never been to Ranchi, so there's no question of meeting this person. Bipin Bapu had never been to Ranchi. He had been at the point of going several times but never made it. He smiled and said, "Do you know who I am?" The man raised his eyebrows, bit his tongue and said, "Do I know you? Who doesn't know Bipin Chaudhary?" Bipin Bapu now turned towards the bookshelves and said, "Still you are making a mistake." Now, Bipin Bapu is so sure that this person is making some mistake. He is having some misunderstanding and he is telling me that I have been to Ranchi, but he is so sure that I have never been there. One often does. Bipin Bapu is telling to the stranger, one often does that mistake. I have never been to Ranchi. The man now laughed aloud. "What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhary? You had a fall in Hudru and cut your right knee." Now this stranger is so precise about their meeting. He even remembers that he had a fall in Hudru Fall and he had wounded the right knee. "I brought you iodine." Now iodine is a solution. It's a chemical which when once applied, the wound is healed quickly. "I had fixed up a car for you to go to Natarhat the next day." Now it's a very beautiful hill station in Jharkhand only. "But you couldn't because of the pain in the knee." The memories are so fresh in the mind of the stranger. But Bipin Bapu doesn't remember anything about it. "Can't you recall anything? Someone else you know was also in Ranchi at that time." "And who is that person?" "Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee. You stayed in a bungalow. You said you didn't like hotel food and you would prefer to have your meals cooked by a bawarchi." Bawarchi means a cook. "Mr. Mukherjee stayed with his sister. You had a big argument about the moon landing, remember?" This stranger knows so much about their meeting, about the places where he visited, about the people with whom he stayed, and the hobbies and likes and dislikes, and the topic about which they had an argument. "I'll tell you more." He has got more things to say. "You always carried a bag with your books in it on your sightseeing trips. Am I right or not?" Bipin Bapu spoke quietly, his eyes still on the books. "Which month in 1958 are you talking about?" The man said, "October." "No, sir," said Bipin Bapu. "I spent puja in 1958. He was occupied with some puja during that year with a friend in Kanpur. "You're making a mistake." He says that and he greets him, "Good day." But the man didn't go, nor did he stop talking. "Very strange. One evening I had tea with you in a veranda of your bungalow. You spoke about your family. You said you had no children and that you had lost your wife 10 years ago. Your only brother had died insane. Insane means with some mental illness. which is why you didn't want to visit the mental hospital in Ranchi. This man really knows a lot about Bipin Babu, and all the facts to some extent were true. When Bipin Babu had paid for the books and was leaving the shop, the man was still looking at him in utter disbelief, in complete surprise that I know so much about this person, but he doesn't remember anything. So, we'll end till part 1. The continuation of it we'll do in the next session. Let's do comprehension check. Why did the man stare at Bipin Babu in disbelief? The man Parimal Ghosh was taken aback. Taken aback means he was completely surprised when Bipin Babu failed to recognize him. He didn't believe that Bipin had a lapse of memory. Where did Bipin Babu say he went in October 58? Bipin Babu said that he went for a puja in October 58 with a friend in Kanpur. Mention any 3 things that Parimal Ghosh knew about Bipin Babu. Parimal Ghosh knew that Bipin Babu's wife was dead and his only brother had died in the same year in a Ranchi asylum, mental hospital. He also knew that Bipin Babu had no children and he was a lover of books. Working with language, page 71. Look at these 2 sentences. He had to buy at least 5 books to last him through the week. Bipin had to ask Chunni to leave. Now here they are stressing on the word had to. Whenever we have to stress on something, we use had to. Had to is used to show that it was very important or necessary for Bipin Babu to do something. He had no choice. We can also use have to or has to in the same way. Now these are the blanks. Do it in the textbook. Question number 2. Here are a few idioms that you will find in the story. Look for them in the dictionary in the following way. Children, I hope that you all are using the dictionary. It's very important to use the dictionary wherever you come across any difficult word. First, arrange them in the order in which you would find them in a dictionary. Clue that an idiom is usually listed under the first noun, then verb, adjective or adverb in it. Ignore articles or prepositions in the idiom. If the idiom is starting with article or preposition, you can ignore that and then you see whether it's a noun, verb, what. To help you, we have put in bold the word under which you must look for the idiom in the dictionary. Now you can see these words like the first one, close, is written in bold. So under close title you will find this idiom. Then break and so on. So these are the meanings. This you will be writing it in the notebook. At, from close quarters, that is from nearby. Break into a smile, smile suddenly. Carry on means continue the task. Have a clean record means clean conduct throughout. Beat about the bush, to make guess without proper knowledge. Some words we have already come across while reading. Some other idioms which we have not come across, we will be coming across in the later session when we do part 2 and part 3. So, as you all know that first you are going to write the meanings in the notebook, then write comprehension check of page 62 in your notebook, then write working with language page number 71. Question number 1 in textbook, blanks, no? So that you will do it in the textbook, and question number